Welcome back to the show, and we're going to complete the Dampare story now. But our second story is a fugitive from justice who has been aided by elected officials in Ghana to violate a court ruling and to come into Ghana and to vanish away from Ghana as well. As 17 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, Police Independence Day is what we are celebrating. I just seen a video. Please ask them whether the video is ready. A video I just sent to the producer. I just seen a video. It's not ready. Okay, to come. I just saw a video of wild jubilation by police officers. Amazing. If you're on social media, you can check it out. Wild jubilation by police officers. They are so excited that I called the Police Independence Day. I'm so sorry for Mahama, isn't it? Why must he be a victim of such circumstances? Well, 16 minutes past the top of the hour, touch screen beckons, and we all expect to hear correct information. Good evening to the ubiquitous Carlos Van Brazi, former Deputy Chief of Staff, who is watching the show tonight. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Police Independence Day. Ekufu Dampare fired by John Dramani Mahama and Felix Kwachio Fosu, who has 78 million to spend on government communication. So he's doing his work very, very, very well. Okay, let's go to the documents put out by Oliver Vomaho earlier today, explaining why he thinks Dampare has been sacked and why he thinks Dampare should be sacked and why he thinks Dampare should actually be investigated for crimes that he has committed against citizens of Ghana. See the letter. Okay. So it says, Dampare's undoing were four things. One, the way he oversaw the brutal treatment of Democracy Hub protesters from Occupy Julobi House to Stop Galamsey protests. This includes the way he set his sights on me, Oliver referring to himself, doing almost everything in his power to use the police force against me and other conveners. I believe in that. He was extremely used by the former regime. He was their lapdog and he delivered. No, Oliver, there you are wrong. Dampare was not used by the former regime. How many times did Nana Akufo-Addo not advise Dampare that stop this picture and do the work? How many times? How many times did interior ministers not call Dampare and say, listen, you have to focus on the work, and he gets angry? How many times did Dampare not fight with Henry Quartey? How many times? How many times was there not argument at national security meetings with the president chairing about Dampare's public conduct? How many times? How many times did national security meetings not stop to discuss Dampare's conduct and his obstinacy and his intransigence? How many times? How many? Oliver, Dampare was not a lapdog for the former regime. But let's move on. Oliver continues, point 2. He says, the way Dampare empowered some criminal elements within the police PID. Those Dampare's people, that's what they were called. PID. Dampare came and set up another police for himself. And it's called PID. Oliver here is alleging that the way in which Dampare empowered these criminal elements within the PID, who committed crimes and had absolutely zero regard for due process, human life or justice. They committed crimes that even Duterte, who is before the Hague for crimes against humanity, will be shy to imagine. Everyone I know in the police hierarchy and rank and file were complaining about the abuses of the PID guys, but everyone treated them as untouchables because they were Dampare's own terror squad. This is true. Everybody in the police service, all of us who are in media, have been getting calls from 2019-20, when Dampare became the IGP, from 2021, I think it was 22 or so. That Dampare has a squad. He has a murder squad. They are killing people. Every policeman told all of us, if you complain about it, you get fired. Dampare was running a terror regime with the police and also allegedly pilfering their money. Dampare, he was doing that allegedly, pilfering their money. The police. Number 3 on Oliver. He says, his lies, which is Dampare's lies. I have never seen a more dishonest Bible-touting individual. Oliver here describes Dampare as a liar who is a very dishonest Bible-touting individual. Oliver wrote this early this morning, about 9 o'clock. It was up. By that time, the report of Dampare hadn't come. So clearly, Oliver knew that Dampare was going to be fired today. So, a few people knew. I mean, I didn't know. I just found out when the report came out. I didn't know. But it looks like some people knew. Okay, let's move on. He comes, oh no, this one I don't want to read it. Oliver says that in Dampare's Bible dishonesty, he comes second to Kenneth Ofori-Atta. I won't read that one. Kenneth Ofori-Atta is a good man. Despite this, Oliver goes on. He went ahead curating PR event. This was our problem with him. Despite all his lies, his dishonesty, his allegedly funding a PID squad in the police service that was committing criminality, in spite of all of these allegations, Ekufu Dampare went ahead curating PR events of babies kissing his hand and creating such a PR-driven service to mask his extreme dishonesty. This is the thing that annoyed all of us. That Dampare's alleged dishonesty was being covered up by his PR gimmicks. How can an IGP say a camera should follow me that I'm going to buy cocoa in Katie? How low can you get? How bizarre can you get as an IGP? Inspector General of Police, go and sit in Parliament and is crying. How bizarre can you get? And you are the same person who is alleged to be funding criminal elements in the police, shooting and killing people. We are going to investigate all that. He will never get away with it. We'll teach him that this is a republic. It has rules, it has court of appeal, it has high court, and it has systems that work. So that anything that Dampare may have done that is illegal, that is criminal, is going to come to the fore. They are preparing the video. You will see the jubilation of the police. Today is truly the Police Independence Day. Now, number 4. Oliver says, Dampare's total disregard for other senior police hierarchy. He had his own clique and camp. Those he liked, he kept close. Those he didn't like, he felt it's apart. He was petty, vindictive, and just an extremely insecure man. Wow! Oliver couldn't have put it better. Dampare, petty, vindictive, and extremely insecure. He lacks confidence of himself, a police officer. He's always looking for how to gain something. You go and call small children that you are engaging with them and that the camera should film it and put it out, that Dampare is engaging with small children. If somebody alleges that you're a pedophile, will you be happy? IGP, you are engaging with small children. So that they film it and you show that you can come to the level of children, so you should be IGP. Today you have been sacked. He was petty, vindictive, and just an extremely insecure man. I say good riddance. The man must rest for new blood to learn from where he failed. Shalom, Oliver. Shalom. That's Oliver Baka Vomahos. He says Dampare's undoing were 4 things. That is very, very important. Now, this evening, as the information is popping up that Dampare was going to be removed, so the drama started from around 3 o'clock when all of us, our phones were buzzing. Charlie, what's happening? Everybody's making phone calls. Then we are told that, look, there's some, let's do the age thing first. I'll come to this one. Then we are told that, hey, something is coming up. Something is coming up. There's a research group that is bringing something up against Dampare. I think the research group in the police were trying to facilitate Dampare's speedy removal. So this came up. I'm going to read it. It's entitled The Age of Ekufu Dampare. This document is not prepared by us. We are reading it. It's not prepared by us. We do not have any basis to say that it is true or it's not true, but it's for public interest. It's a high public interest value. And some of the things it says are interesting. So let's look at it. Dr. George Ekufu Dampare completed the Buakwa State College in the Eastern Region in 1987 at the age of 24, aligning with the birth year of 1963 rather than 1970. Apparently, Dr. Dampare is saying that he was born in 1970, and this report is indicating that he was born in 1963. The allegation is for age forgery. The allegation here is that Dampare has forged his age on top of his everything, taking pictures with children. Okay. 2, he initially struggled with weak O-levels. All of us did, so that's no problem. Which he later improved as a private candidate in November, December. All of us did, so no problem. In November, December 1989. So he first wrote the O-level in 1987, and then he wrote it again in 1989, 2 years later. 3, he subsequently used the improved results to enter the Ghana Police Service in December 1990 at the age of 27. However, in 2 prior attempts, 1988 and 1989, he was disqualified on grounds of exceeding the age limit of 25. So that's interesting. Dampare entered the police service at the age of 27 because he had been disqualified earlier in 89 and 88 and 89 at the age of 25. So the question is, how was he disqualified at the age of 25 and was allowed in at the age of 27? That's the reasonable question. Let's see the answer. It's here. It's coming. It's going to come in a minute. Okay. So that's the answer here. Number 4. To circumvent this restriction, he, Dampare, allegedly slashed 7 years off his age, abandoning his 1986 secondary O-level certificate in favor of his private O-level certificate results from 1989, giving the impression of a more recent secondary school education. The naming conventions of Ghanaian culture further expose this deception. Traditional account names are given based on the day of birth. July 14, 1963 fell on a Sunday, meaning IGP Dr. Kufu Dampare should have been named Kwasi. July 14, 1970 fell on a Tuesday, making Kwabena the appropriate name. By adopting the latter, Dr. George Kufu Dampare not only manipulated his academic credentials, but also altered fundamental aspects of his identity, effectively engaging in fraudulent misrepresentation. This is coming up today. No. When they heard that Dampare was going fired, they said that, well, there's more. The guy actually forged his age. Dishonesty is being alleged. We don't know. Is he going to be sued for it so that the court can settle it? But this is what happens. And now you can understand all those theatricals and shenanigans. It was all intended to cover up something. And everyone wondered, what is Dampare covering up? What is he covering up? What's all these theatricals and photographs? And we have been in this country from independence. We have never seen an IGP like that. When I showed if you have an old video, the first IGP, Majite, is part of our collection. I call it our video arsenal. It's part of our video arsenal. Majite. It was when I showed this video in 2018 or so that some people were telling me that the Majite, is that how he looks like? Because we don't know how IGPs look like. Only Dampare is in your face every day. He won't go and do the work. He's taking pictures like Ifya Odo. This is a very major allegation. Very, very serious allegation. This is not the first time we are talking about this allegation. We are saying that Christian Yovonu must investigate these matters. Christian, salute you, sir. Welcome to the job. Please, investigate these matters thoroughly, from bottom to down. Let us know. Christian Yovonu is here. Please, before I put that, let's read his appointment letter. It's beautiful. Let's read the letter. Put the letter up. Okay, that's the letter. Felix Kwachiofosu, MP, spokesperson for the president, Minister Communications, who also has 78 million Ghana cedis to spend for this year with 2 other ladies. Felix Kwachiofosu, he has 78 million cedis to spend. He is doing the work. Okay, let's move on. President Mahama appoints COP Yohonu as Inspector General of Police. President, now here, Thursday, 13th March, the day the Ghana Police Service got their independence. President Mahama appoints COP Yohonu as Inspector General of Police. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 91 and 202 of the 1992 Constitution, and in consultation with the Council of State, appointed Commissioner of Police, COP Christian Tete Yohonu, as the Inspector General of Police. He replaces COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare. COP Yohonu brings 40 years of experience to the position of IGP and is expected to oversee the modernization and transformation of the Ghana Police Service. Signed, 78 million worth Felix Kwachiofosu, MP, spokesperson for the president, Minister, Government Communications. Wow. Charlie, if you have 78 million to do your work, you are in a hurry. You do it. Officer, I salute you, sir. Good evening. Welcome to the job. We always know your competence. We always know your temerity. We always know your calmness and your measured approach to police work. We salute you again. God bless you. Godspeed is what we wish you. That's Christian Tete Yowonu. He's the new IGP. Now, look at this. Okay, let me finish with the Dampare allegation. I'll come to the Akufo-Addo part. You know, I always have an Akufo-Addo part of the story. I'll come to it. Okay. Extrajudicial killings. The Botiano killings. About 12 young men, this is an allegation, and we didn't prepare this document again, but it's a document that we think has high public interest. We're going to rely on it, but we do not necessarily, we cannot speak for the veracity, but we are going to show it to you because it has very high public interest. Okay. The Botiano killings, about 12 young men who were winning sand, were arrested by Dampare's boys, as they call them, in the police service and killed without any offense committed. Botiano killings. Yowonu is going to investigate all these things one by one by one. 2, amongst the personnel who perpetrated this heinous crime was Chief Inspector Konglo. We don't know who he is. It's an allegation. The killings were allegedly sanctioned by Dampare himself. 4, delegation went to the mother of 2 of the boys murdered by Dampare's boys, apparently to give her monetary compensation, but the woman rejected it. Thank God for such women. Thank God for such women. These are the allegations. This is not recent to viewers. It's not recent. It has been there. Dampare is sitting on it. He wasn't even talking to Christian Yowonu. I can tell you that for free. When Akufo-Addo appointed Christian, you see, there was so much pressure on Akufo-Addo and Bawumia that you need to do something about Dampare. Akufo-Addo and his constitutionality, is a lawyer and constitutional. I mean, people like Chairman to me and co were frustrated about the whole Dampare effort. They were completely beside themselves with concern that Akufo-Addo should kick this guy out. And people thought it was because MPP. No, the Ghana Police Service itself, the police people themselves, they wanted Dampare out right now. And they threatened that if people don't take Dampare out, you will see it in the ballot box. And it was seen. Check across the country, every police station polling booth, Dr. Bawumia lost heavily to John Mahama. Some of it may have been part of the tsunami against the MPP, but a great part of it was also a protest against the MPP for keeping this tyrant of an IGP who only works with PID people in the police. He doesn't work with every police officer. He only works with his own people. The police were frustrated by that. And that's what showed. Because of some of these things, all of these allegations were part of the whisperings. The police were whispering every day. Is it not Akufo-Addo who appointed Christian Yowonu as Deputy Inspector General of Police? So when the pressure mounted on Akufo-Addo, and he thought that constitutionally removing the IGP few months to election is a catastrophe, Akufo-Addo thought so, and rightly so. So he said, okay, if Dampare is such a problem, we're going to have a deputy IGP who would come in charge of operations so that he will now do the operations. Police service were happy with it. Yowonu was appointed. Yowonu is not an MPP man, he's not an NDC man, he's just a police officer. Because of his name, some people thought he's Ewe, he's not even Ewe, he's Adan, and all of that. Many connotations were put, but Yowonu is just a professional police officer, full stop. So Akufo-Addo didn't have any hesitation to appoint him. So he did. Then when Yowonu came, complaints started coming again. Dampare is not talking to him. Dampare doesn't call him to meetings. Dampare is not coming to the office. Dampare is operating some office somewhere. He doesn't talk to you. Then every day Dampare is at Che Homes. He's going to visit President Mahama. He goes, Your Excellency, I salute. President Mahama is a nice man. Oh, he will receive you nicely. He's opposition leader. You're IGP. You want to visit him? No problem. He'll have a nice conversation with you. But whatever he wants to do is in his head. And that's what on the 13th of March, after Mahama being declared winner on 10th December, he took Dampare on Independence Day. Independence Day, remember Dampare was following him, confidently following the president. He's a ceremonial ADC. He was happy with it. He didn't know what was coming. He didn't know that 1 week from now, you smell pepper. Today he's been fired. Not just fired, but they are alleging that he has forged his age, so he should be dealt with. They are alleging further that he has executed people extrajudicial, so that he should be dealt with. Look at this video. Look at this guy doing this video. Police jubilation. Look at how he's happy. They are so happy. Listen, have a look at it. Somebody just sent it to me right now. See it.
Police! Look at the jubilant from everywhere. Everybody's happy. Oh! At long last. At long last, at long last. At long last. The joy is all over. The joy is everywhere. We are going to win from our heart. Hey, Ghana, the security is in our hand, and this is what we have been ending and praying for. We thank God. We thank God for that. For listening to our President Mahama. God bless you.